will support this motion. There appears to be a misconception and misinterpretation by the hospital board of what Memorial Hospital is. It is not a not-for-profit business nor a for-profit business. It does not make a return to shareholders, and as a not-for-profit business, it doesn't follow Colorado law dealing with not-for-profit organizations. It's an enterprise of the government, and as an enterprise of the government, it does not operate like a business, either profit or not-for-profit. Unlike profit or not-for-profit businesses, it must provide indivisible services, that is, services to all those who want or need those services. And it cannot turn anyone away from receiving those services, which for-profit or not-for-profit organizations can do, given the limitations of those organizations. Memorial Hospital, as an enterprise of the government, provides services that are available to all. The benefits of those services to some people do not deny the benefit of those services to any other people. This is analogous to the city's police and fire department. Government differs from business in many ways. Its leaders are elected and hold office for limited terms and may also have term limitations. The citizens of the state and at the local level can participate in direct democracy in that they retain the power to recall, the power of referendum, the power to initiate, and the power to amend the Constitution or the Charter. There are campaign financial disclosure, expenditure limits, annual appropriations, balanced budget requirements, and annual independent audits. Government is subject to open records and open meetings, as well as ethical rules and constant media coverage. When government operates an enterprise doing what private business could be doing, for instance, Memorial Hospital or Colorado Springs Utility, the fee or rate for goods and services is not based on a rate of return methodology, but on a cost of service methodology, with only a return for future expenditures. Government clearly is not a business and cannot be run like a business. A number of years ago, Bob Hoff appeared before City Council and stated, when you find yourself in a hole, stop digging. In my opinion, the Board of Trustees has dug a hole that you will continue to dig if you ratify their action, and this motion certainly does not do that. That hole is your integrity and trustworthiness as a legislative governing body of the City of Colorado Springs. There is an employment contract with Dr. McAvoy that provides for severance upon resignation, but for some reason the severance provision has been renegotiated. It appears to me there can only be two reasons for the renegotiation. First, that the hospital board thinks Memorial Hospital is a profit or not-for-profit business and thus must act as such a business would in rewarding the person who they think has been a successful administrator. The question of success can easily be challenged given the decreasing Memorial Hospital occupancy rate and increasing Penrose Hospital occupancy rate. In any event, Memorial Hospital is not a business, but a government enterprise. By renegotiating a severance clause of a contract and an employment agreement, it defies the cost of service model that rates and fees are set for Memorial Hospital. What the renegotiation does is increase the cost of services provided by Memorial. Memorial users will pay more indirectly through state and federal programs, taxpayers' fees, albeit the monetary figure is insignificant, but the principle is used. More troubling is what leverage did Dr. McAvoy have with regard to the Memorial Hospital Board of Trustees to cause them to ignore the terms of the employment contract and to renegotiate ones more favorable to Dr. McAvoy and less favorable to Memorial Hospital. The citizens of Colorado Springs, the hospital fee payers, why do you, well, I don't think in these terms that the hospital board gave in to something. I can only surmise that my own thoughts that such thinking is unavoidable. Local government is the government closest to the people. The most important value a government must have is its integrity. If the citizens lose confidence in the integrity of its leaders, you, the city council members of the legislative branch, local government, will be perceived as dishonest To allow this renegotiation severance provision to go forward will harm and perhaps even destroy the citizens' trust in the city council. You as the legislative branch, I know, are going to a transition as this strong air form of government comes into play. And it's obvious, and I thank you for your service, for your measly salaries, and your volunteerism for doing these things. But I think you have to understand, this is a point, and this motion goes to this point. I thank Councilmember Bennett for making this motion, that I think will reestablish confidence of the citizens and trust of the citizens in your integrity as members of the City Council. Thank you for allowing me to comment.